Hi there, welcome to my channel where I dive into fascinating economic trends and analyze their impact on society. First, let me tell you two stories. Let us venture back to ancient Rome, where the story of the statesman Senatus is etched into the annals of history. He was a man called from his humble farm to lead Rome as a dictator in a time of crisis. What is remarkable is that after achieving victory in only 16 days, Senatus did something virtually unheard of. He relinquished his absolute power and returned to his plow. This tale is a timeless reminder that those who govern are at their best when they act as servants to those they lead, not as rulers. Now, to the second tale. Once upon a time in the Roman Republic, there was a practice known as the Senatus Consultum Ultimum, a decree that entrusted the consuls with the safety of the Republic, giving them the power to act without the people's direct consent. This ancient protocol was designed for emergencies, yet history shows us it was often manipulated by those in power to ignore the public will. Fast forward to the present day, and while we no longer reside in the Roman Republic, the essence of this conflict remains. We see the embodiment of a modern Senatus Consultum, when elected administrations, empowered by the mandate of the people, often turn a deaf ear to the very voices that elevated them to power. Before I continue, however, do visit our website where I curate news and publications from international financial organizations and world central banks. Topics cover a wide range of financial and economic issues that affect individual countries or the world economy. For instance, COVID-19, inflation, or the war in Ukraine. Please also subscribe to this channel and be informed whenever we publish a new video. Now, let's pivot from this historical vignette to our contemporary landscape. Democracy today is no longer the direct forum of Rome, but rather a vast orchestrated ensemble where the citizen is supposed to be the composer and the government the performers. Yet, in this complex symphony, the voices of the citizen composers are increasingly being muted. Why is it that administrators around the globe, those elected to play in tune with the public composition, often choose to ignore the conductor's baton once in power? The contrast between Senatus' Rome and our modern-day democracies is stark. In an era when technology allows for the immediate expression of public sentiment, one would expect our governments to be more attuned than ever to the populace's mood. And yet, they often are not. When candidates campaign, they sing in harmony with the electorate's chorus, promising to play the very melodies the public wishes to hear. Once the theater lights dim and the performance of governance begins, the tune changes. The realities of governance are complex, and the sheet music they find themselves reading is fraught with economic constraints, international agreements, and the previous administration's echoes. The result? A composition that no longer resembles the original score the public composed at the polls. The stage of governance is set with a backdrop of institutional inertia and bureaucracy. The pace is glacial, the movements rehearsed and rigid. The spontaneity of responding to the crowd's changing tastes is lost amidst a script that seems written in stone. Even when the crowd cries crescendo for change, the bureaucratic performance continues, unaltered and unswerving. Within this setting, special interest groups often become the soloists, their voices rising above the rest due to their organization and resources. They play their own tunes, discordant with the public symphony, compelling the administration to sway to their rhythm. This power to dictate the tempo results in a performance that can ignore the broader audience's desires, especially when it comes to how the nation's wealth, the budget, is allocated. And what of the cost when the symphony of state fails to resonate with the public's core? Misallocation of resources is but one consequence. The deeper threat is to the spirit of the audience, the citizen. When the people feel unheard, disillusionment festers. From the ashes of their expectations may rise political apathy, or in some cases, a tempest of unrest seeking to upend the stage itself. Let us remember that democracy at its core is governance with the consent of the governed. Democracy thrives on a delicate equilibrium between the rulers and the ruled. When elected administrations ignore the current mood of their citizenry, especially on issues affecting budgetary distribution, they risk destabilizing this balance. For a democracy to maintain its health and vibrancy, it is imperative that governments remain responsive and adaptable, ensuring that the collective voice of the people shapes the contours of policy. Failing to do so not only erode trust in the democratic process, but also compromise the very essence of governance by the people, for the people. When administrations deviate from this cardinal rule, when they ignore the mood of their citizenry, especially in matters as vital as the budget, they risk severing the very connection that binds a society together. The mandate of a democratic government is to act as a steward of the people's will, pivoting as necessary to reflect the changing tides of public mood. This responsiveness is not merely an administrative nicety, but a democratic imperative. Ensuring that governments remain sensitive to the public's shifting priorities is essential for maintaining the health and legitimacy of democratic systems. That's it for today's video. I hope you found this analysis insightful. If you did, please like this video and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more engaging content like this. As always, I appreciate your support. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the world of economics.